Twice the Central Section Division I MVP, 3 times a first-team high school All-American, holds every meaningful Clovis West record. Mary Brooks is just 18, but you'd need a 5-foot scroll to cover all her water polo feats, and she won 16 gold and silver medals in 4 years of swimming valley championships. But the team sport suits Mary better, and the college connection, plus what could come after, is what's really neat. She won't easily volunteer this.
I do not like talking about myself at all.
But Mary Brooks has a goal: be the first female from the Central Valley to play water polo in the Olympics.
I just always wanted to get better, always, so I figured if I set a goal for myself, then that's like one way I can always, like, every day train for it.
Yeah. There are a host of reasons why this is very possible, if not likely, for the recent Clovis West grad, but the coolest is this. Her new coach at UC Irvine, Dan Klatt, also graduated from Clovis West. Plus, Klatt himself went from playing at Irvine to competing in the Olympics in 2004. And he's now an assistant coach on the women's national team.
That was a big part of the draw for me. Being able to have a great player from my alma mater, has similar aspirations for a national team career as I do. I've talked to her about it. I know it's a goal, so it's cool for both of us because our visions really match.
First time I went in the pool.
Mary first picked up the sport as an 8-year-old. Growing up in Las Vegas, everyone played together. Girls, boys, elementary school kids, and high schoolers.
She was pretty much fearless, and she played like that in the water, especially when she was playing against the older kids.
That environment and some good genes helped create a player now repeatedly described as fluid, with a natural feel for both the water and the sport. But not everyone saw this early on, including her first coach, who also coached Mary's mom, the former Jenny Hahn, when she played a year on the U.S. national team in the late 80s.
So she pulled Matt and I aside and said, you know, I just don't want you to be disappointed, but Mary really doesn't have much talent. She had a noodle arm, she couldn't throw the ball, she couldn't pass the ball, pretty unfocused, you know, just in there laughing and giggling.
This is of course funny now. Mary's the most accomplished player ever from the area's most accomplished water polo program. But it fits too, as anything does, associating the 5'10" attacker with laughter.
In water polo, you're not supposed to go head first into the water.
Instead of just jumping in feet first or diving in all graceful.
She always has some sort of bizarre belly flop, awkward entry. Everybody looks at her like she's something wrong with her, but she's all about fun.
We call her Made for Fun. That's her nickname. She's made for fun. I mean, she just loves to make people laugh.
She'll come with all her USA gear sometimes, and she'll get up on the block and start singing the national anthem.
I think it's just really important that you have to have those fun times and it's not always just serious, because then it kind of burns yourself out.
Her parents say Mary's lack of elegance entering a pool extends to most land-based activities.
You just walk with her and she runs into absolutely everything. Spills stuff constantly. She's covered in mustard.
While sarcasm and good-natured ribbing could lend to modesty, there's no evidence of an ego ever existing in the first place.
Periodically, we have other parents tell us what a great kid she is and how much their daughter appreciates her. That's probably the most exciting thing as a parent to hear, is that your kid's a really good person.
So selfless and humble, always able to put her teammates and the team first.
She's a dream as a coach. You know, you'd never know she's the best player because she treats everybody the same. She does things that other players have never done in my 9 years here, as far as in the water with their teammates, out of the water with their teammates.
Mary won't even allow the countless certificates, medals, and championship pictures to be displayed in the Brooks home anywhere but her room, out of sight.
I don't really notice it until somebody else comes in my room for the first time and they're like, okay.
And still, they exist for a reason. She's an absolute shark in the pool when the whistle blows. And even in her number 2 sport, swimming, twice at Central Section Championship meets, she won races by a fingernail. And she's one of only 2 females from the area to ever win gold in the sprint of swimming, the 50-meter freestyle, all 4 years.
She's rarely ever first at the first lap in the 50 free. She just has a knack for doing whatever it takes to get her hand to the wall first and win.
She's a gracious loser, but she doesn't like to lose. I mean, she has no right sometimes to be swimming as fast as she swims. I mean, she just does it. She just wins.
Swimming is a big part of our sport, like it or not. If you can't swim, you can't play the sport. And the better you are at it, the better opportunities I think you have. And she's at the elite level. She's at the high side of that group, which is neat.
Mary will be the first CW alum to play for Klatt as an anteater. But whether it's the 2016 or 2020 Olympics, it's the other potential first that's been in the back of her mind ever since she first put on a USA swimsuit and made a goal at age 10.
We're not sure what she can do yet because she's never played year-round. She's never dedicated every day to water polo.
Many athletes start to reach a level and they kind of, are comfortable with where they're at. She keeps pushing to get better in our sport. The best player doesn't always do that. She's a player who's done that every day, day in and day out.
I think she has had a clear vision for a longer period than most people her age about what she wants to do and where she wants to be with this sport. And I think she has a good understanding at the youth level of how other countries play and the importance of that. But the one thing that she'll have to learn is it's a whole nother level of work.
Maybe people from this area could start having their own goals and maybe thinking that they can do it too. And I mean, I'd probably be like someone to look up to for younger generation, so that'd be pretty cool.
Just in the last 40 days, Mary won a gold medal playing on the youth national team in Spain and was invited to begin training with the senior national team this fall. The bricks are being laid.
Incredible young lady.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's just having fun doing it.
Really, another person that couldn't find anyone to say anything bad about her. This story gets really cool in either 2 years or 6 years if she plays. But whether that ends up happening or not, and I think it probably will, she's seriously accomplished so much already. Her resume is forever to read.
I think it's so exciting just to think of the fact that she'll be able to focus on this and just to see how far she's going to go. Just as her mom said, she's never had the chance to focus on one sport at completely.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and just started school at UC Irvine, so we will see. We'll keep an eye on her down there and see what she does.
The way she falls in the pool, hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nick.